Hello everyone, and welcome to my Royal Family official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Cheeky, in a rare instance of open affection, Kate Middleton gave Prince William a little smack on the behind as they were attending the King's Scottish coronation with Charles and Camilla. The 41-year-old Princess of Wales, sometimes known as the Duchess of Rothesay while she is in Scotland, marched through Edinburgh today with other senior royals, including her husband the Prince and Charles and Camilla. She and Prince William stood with Camilla to witness Charles receiving the Scottish crown at St Giles Cathedral in Edinburgh at his Scottish coronation. Charles and Camilla will be participating in a number of engagements throughout Scotland during Royal Week, including the ceremony at St Giles Cathedral. The ceremony was official, but it seemed like Kate was in a light-hearted mood since she once softly tapped her husband on the behind during the ritual. Kate has seen the dance being performed several times over the past few months, and it continues to be a rare public expression of love for the pair. She gave him a fun tap on the Rio while they were at the Royal Ascot last month, and she also made the same move on the red carpet at the BAFTAs in February, which enthralled royal admirers. The mother of three royal, who has worn the bespoke Catherine Walker coat dressed numerous times before, looked magnificent as she marched around the city with other senior royals. The style has a longer length, extremely precise tailoring, and a pricey velvet collar. Additionally, it has angular pockets and pointy shoulders to emphasize the sleek silhouette. She wore the coat dress for the final time on Easter Sunday and again in March 2022 for the Commonwealth Day service, albeit she changed up her fascinator for each occasion. The princess, who had also borrowed Diana's pearl choker necklace, meanwhile paid homage to the late Queen by donning it. She wore the identical necklace last year for the funeral for the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh. She also wore her pearl drop earrings for the event as a discreet reference to her late mother-in-law, Princess Diana. Kate chose a neutral makeup look for today's occasion, adding just a touch of blusher and a sweep of eyeliner to her gorgeous updo. During the historic occasion, His Majesty was presented with the sceptre and the sword of state, which together form the honours of Scotland and are the nation's crown jewels. At the chapel on the Royal Mile, 100 people representing all facets of society joined William and Catherine, recognised as the Duke and Duchess of Rothesay in Scotland. In her sermon, the Right Reverend Sally Foster Fulton, moderator of the General Assembly of the Church of Scotland, urged action to combat global warming in order to prevent the planet from baking to a crisp. Following the event, gun salutes resounded throughout Edinburgh, and protesters could be heard screaming and yelling "Not my king," which drew criticism from royalists who felt they should have been given a less prominent place. 8 weeks have passed since Charles and Camilla were crowned at Westminster Abbey during a historic ceremony during which the king vowed to serve. The Act Rev Foster Fulton, who delivered the sermon, urged the congregation to recognize that the heavens and earth are not human commodities or possessions. If they do so, society will be on the right track. When we realize that we have borrowed this earth from our children rather than leaving it to them as our inheritance, she remarked, we are blessed and on the correct course. We have a responsibility to return it still singing, still soaring, still bathing, not baked to a crisp. Before ascending to the throne, Charles made numerous speeches on the significance of combating climate change and safeguarding nature. He recycles his bathwater at Clarence House and uses sustainable fuel in his Aston Martin sports car. A procession of about 100 people, representing all facets of Scottish culture, including the arts, politics, education, civil society, commerce, and charities that the king supports as patron, moved from Edinburgh Castle to the cathedral. Corporal Cruachan IV, the Royal Regiment of Scotland's regimental mascot, rode a Shetland pony at its head. As the moderator declared that concepts like mercy and peace should not be domesticated or downgraded, but rather be the fabric of our being, participants from the People's Procession sat in the cathedral's pews. She said that if individuals are brave enough to choose collaboration and trust over fear-filled circling of our wagons, society is on the right track. Brothers and sisters, take a look around you. We are a one, interconnected, and entirely dependent global neighborhood, stitched together like a tartan, she declared. Olympic rower Dame Catherine Granger carried the sword of state during the service, while Scotland's First Minister, Humza Yousaf, read from Psalm 19 of the Old Testament. Your Majesties, you have made it part of your mission to speak alongside creation, advocating for it, the Arch Rev Foster Fulton said in closing to the King and Queen. We pledge to travel that path with you as we present the honours of Scotland to you. This beautiful, sacred creation and everyone and everything in it are so much bigger than us, and we are all only a tiny part of that. God is to be praised. Major General Alistair Bruce, the governor of Edinburgh Castle, watched as the parade of civilians left the esplanade of the stronghold and was joined by the 51 Brigade Cadet Military Band, the pipes and drums of Robert Gordon's combined cadet force, and 4 mounted components of the Scots Dragoon Guards. Following the ceremony, Their Majesties Kate and William will be greeted by a tri-service guard of honour before the 12th Regiment Royal Artillery fires a 21-gun salute at Edinburgh Castle. The Red Arrows flyover will mark the official conclusion of the events. I know that thousands of Scots will line the streets of Edinburgh to pay tribute to the King and welcome the royal family, once again, to Scotland, said Alistair Jack, the Secretary of State for Scotland. Being invited to the service in my capacity as Secretary of State for Scotland will be a great honour. Scotland's armed forces will play a vital role in the service to present the King and Queen with the honours of Scotland, he continued. It is appropriate and right that they do. They played such a significant role in Queen Elizabeth's burial that they will now be at the centre of King Charles's significant moment. I eagerly anticipate witnessing our military men at their absolute best. When Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth I received the honours of Scotland in 1953, service members were the last to participate in their presentation. The honours of Scotland were first given to King George IV in the 1800s, and their presentation today commemorates the King and Queen's loyalty to Scotland. Today is a historic day for Scotland and a proud day for the hundreds of service members involved, said Ben Wallace, the Defence Secretary. They will be at the forefront of the occasion, showcasing their world-class drill and ceremonial duties once more. It is only natural that the armed forces open the ceremonial events of the day in such a spectacular way because of their close ties to Scotland. Edinburgh has increased security in advance of the event due to concerns that anti-monarchists may attempt to sabotage it. Police received information that at least 2 groups would use the occasion to hold a protest, and they immediately launched a massive operation. Officers have implemented anti-terrorist precautions, such as cleaning trash cans and prohibiting drones in the vicinity of the event. The Princess of Wales has had a busy week. Yesterday, she and Roger Federer attended Wimbledon. As she greeted her close friend Roger to a special ceremony in SW19, Kate put on a cheerful front. The princess was among those loudly cheering as Federer, 41, was recognized for his outstanding athletic accomplishments on centre court after he announced his retirement from the sport last year. The former Prime Minister David Cameron and his wife Samantha, as well as Prince Michael of Kent and Lady Gabriella, were among the other guests in the royal box, where he and his wife Marka were seated. The Princess of Wales, who supports the All England Lawn Tennis and Croquet Club and enjoys sports, frequents the royal box and has developed a close relationship with the 8-time Wimbledon champion. She'll most likely attend the competition again over the next few weeks. In the meantime, she and Prince William published a film in which they surprised medical professionals during a tea party celebrating the NHS's 75th anniversary. William and Kate, who are both 41, arrived early for the NHS Big Tea Party to assist set the tables, decorate a birthday cake, and even try their hand at decorating cupcakes with icing. When asked to assist in decorating some of the cakes, William used a heavier hand than his enthusiastic baker wife and piped on a decidedly excessive amount of icing. He questioned, "Is that any good?" as Kate started giggling and covered her mouth with her palm. NHS Charities Together, of which William and Kate are patrons, and television host Mel Giedroyc, who previously hosted the Great British Bake Off, hosted the event at St Thomas Hospital in London. The princess is still scheduled to appear this week. Tomorrow, she will attend the Outsourcing Incorporated Royal Charity Polo Cup 2023 at Guards Polo Club. The princess will support her husband, Prince William, who is scheduled to compete in the competition. So what do you guys think about this update? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like my videos, please press like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time.